Welcome to our campus. My name is Jamie Wetzel. I'm the Vice President of Institutional Advancement. And before I joined the team here at Great Lakes Christian College, I was a pastor for 28 years. And one of the things that we say at our church is, you never look more like Jesus than when you're serving. Right? You guys know that. And one of the reasons why I came and joined the team here at Great Lakes is because that's embedded in our mission. Our mission is to prepare students to be servant leaders in the church and the world. And so what that means is no matter what our students come to our campus to pursue as a career, they leave as kingdom workers. We have a number of majors, both vocational ministry for the church and also marketplace ministry for the world. We have business majors, we have psychology and counseling, we have early childhood education in addition to vocational ministry. But everybody leaves with a minor in Bible and theology because we care more about who these students are going to be when they leave this place, not just what they're going to do. And so serving is a huge emphasis. If we can embed that identity as servant leaders who are passionate about representing Jesus wherever they go and whatever job they pursue, then our world's going to be a better place. And so we're excited to partner with Missions Field in this event, just because it's in alignment with what we're trying to do here as well. And so I want to thank all of you who are laboring in your churches and in your organizations to meet people's needs in this world.
Our work is rooted in supporting our community, our families, and our kids. And we do that work by advocating for children and their families as they're experiencing child protective services or the foster care system. And we are only able to do that work because of servant leaders and volunteers in our community who are willing to give the time to advocate for a child, get to know that child, and step into a space where they have the power to make sure that that child's voice is heard. And our role is incredibly unique because we are the only agency outside of the child welfare court system that gets the access to this. So it's an important role, it's a critical role, and we're just excited to have the opportunity to connect with so many community members who, like us, believe that it is our role to lift up our community, lift up our families, and lift up our kids. I will just do a quick recap of what CASA's mission is, and really what our mission is to empower and equip community volunteers, people like everybody in this room, to advocate for children and their families while they're experiencing the child protective or foster care system. We do that by connecting with communities, connecting with resources, and ensuring that that child's voice is heard so that their needs can be met, their stories can be lived out, and they have the opportunity to thrive.
Hi everyone, I'm Jason Blanks. I'm Executive Director for the Capital Health Alliance. We are a nonprofit that serves Clinton, Eaton, and Ingham counties. Within our organization, we have written several grants where we would like to share that with you all today. We have our Environmental Justice Grant, which is for our BIPOC community to really just kind of survey and just identify potential concerns in your area in which you either live, work, or play. We also have free healthcare / birthing person workshops that we're putting on. That is a grant from the state of Michigan, which passed down to Ingham County Health Department. So that's once again service Clinton, Ingham, and Ingham counties. At CAHA, we believe that everyone has a right to health care, and we live by that every day. So we are constantly trying to find ways to engage with our community partners as well as the community. So if you all would love to connect, I'm sitting in the back, and thank you for your time.
Hello, I am Liz Desmet. I'm the logistics manager at Helping Women Period. At Helping Women Period, we provide free period products to menstruators all over Michigan. In the U.S., 1 in 4 people with periods miss school or work because they cannot access or cannot afford period products. And we think that is unacceptable. So we've partnered with over 350 organizations throughout Michigan to give them products in bulk so that they can provide them to the people they serve. So if you are interested in getting involved with us, you can find us on social media or on our website at helpingwomenperiod.org. Thank you.
I am Drika Cook. I am the volunteer recruiter with the Davies Project. If you don't know what that is, we provide transportation for families with children who see specialists, as well as NICU rides so that mom can get the crucial time with their babies in the NICU. Also for new moms and for 1 year following birth. So if you're pregnant, please call us. We provide transportation for our new moms. We're always looking for volunteer drivers. They are the lifeline of what we do at the Davies Project, and without them, we cannot provide the vital transportation for families here in the greater Lansing area. So if you know of anyone who has or face transportation barriers, please send them to the Davies Project. That is who we provide transportation for. And if you're looking for some flexible volunteer opportunities, please contact us. We also have an amazing Maxis race June 21st on MSU campus. It's a 5K race. We invite walkers, people in wheelchairs. We have a 1 mile for kids. So if you're looking for some family-friendly summer activities, please look on our website and join. Thank you all.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the family advocate and a community organizer for Citizens for Prison Reform. We help assist families that are affected by incarceration. We implemented our posters being hung up in all facilities in Michigan. So if they have any issues with, say, medications or can't figure out how to make a deposit or a visit, that's what we help with. And then we also do legislative things. Our event for Michigan Legislative Education Day is May 6th. So we help you talk to your legislators and help make changes.
Okay, I'm going to introduce myself as we do at Celebrate Recovery, and I am a grateful believer in Jesus Christ. I struggle with anxiety and depression, and I'm on the road to recovery for drugs, alcohol, and childhood trauma. My name is Lori. So at Celebrate Recovery, it's a faith-based 12-step program. It is for all hurts, habits, and hang-ups. It's not just for drugs and alcohol. That's usually only about 1/3 of our participants, and we have participants from churches from all over the greater Lansing area. We also, it is a family program, so we also have for the elementary age kids, we have celebration place, so they get what we call pre-covery, so they can deal with their issues then instead of when they're adults. And we also have a program for the teens, which is called The Landing. We meet every Thursday night at Trinity Church, and at 6 o'clock we have a dinner followed by a large group, which one week it's a lesson based on the Beatitudes, and then the following week it would be a testimony. And then we break up into gender-specific small groups: women with women, men with men, men with men. And that's pretty much our program. Oh, we also, I forgot, we also do a Celebrate Recovery inside at the Ingham County Jail, and we're always looking for volunteers. Thanks.
All right, stand in the middle right here. And Paul, good? All right.
Thank you very much, Adam. Yeah, I'm a fashion designer, so figures. All right, I'm here to represent, my name is Tosi Imosemi. I'm Nigerian. I'm here to represent the Women's Center of Greater Lansing. It's been an honor working with them because as somebody, I personally love to work with women. When the bishop said something about doing something well, is what I do well. I work well with women all my life, and it's my purpose. And so it made sense that I would, work at the Women's Center. I actually applied to volunteer there since 2021. They got back to me in 2024. and asked me if I still want it. Of course I want to come. And so I started there, and it's been awesome. I've met a lot of people. At the Women's Center of Greater Lansing, we help a lot of women get from here to there. We help them from wherever they are to get to the next level they want to go. We do counseling. We have a boutique where I obviously work to help women. You know, it's a free boutique where they come to buy clothes, and they can shop every month. It's a boost for many people, and then some people just want to talk. So they come to the boutique, and of course I work with women and I can talk to women. So we have a long discussion, and my boss downstairs literally has to come and tell me they need to go because somebody else is waiting. I'm like, I'm sorry. But it's really, really awesome working with women. And I know that a lot of people come in there with, you know, broken hearts, and then by the time they're leaving, when they go through the services that we have, I have a lot of clients that come in and say, you know what, I'm not going to wear the clothes I came in here outside here because I think I look too good now, so I'm just going to go out this way. And we have a lot of them walking out dressed in the clothes that he just got from us, and it's always such a boost, and it's always such an honor to help people see themselves through the eyes that God sees them. I'm a person of faith, and I understand that what God wants us to do is to reach people where they are, because that's what he does all the time. He comes down to us and raises us up to his level. He doesn't stay up there and expect us to, you know, jump up and come and meet him. And where I work, I've been able to meet a lot of wonderful, wonderful women. I met somebody last week. Her name was Dora. Dora told me she was the first person in her family to go to college. Dora told me she was the first person in her family to start a business. Dora told me, and she had, this was a woman that had been struggling with drugs. You could see that she was really, and she told me she was in college, she was graduating with an M. I was so happy for her. You know, this is the kind of stories that we represent and we see at the Women's Center. And if you want to partner with us, please, please, please come. We take donations, we take volunteers. We love volunteers. We take interns. If you have a heart for women, you love women, you want to help women, this is the place to come to. We are very warm people, very nice too, and you get to shop a little with me, so that's a perk. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Quinn with Child and Family Charities. I'm Program Manager of Volunteers In-Kind Donations and Donor Database. With Child and Family Charities, we are a local nonprofit with 30-plus programs to support and strengthen youth, family, and children in our community here, mostly in mid-Michigan. This includes programs such as foster care and adoption. We have our Brighter Futures Wellness Clinic, which just does behavioral health services. We have our Family Growth and Resource Center, which, much like the Women's Center, does basic needs outreach, including clothing and things like diapers, wipes, household supplies, things not supplied by the Bridge Card. And there's 30-plus programs, so it sounds like I'm missing a couple because I only named 3. I do have some really exciting news for everyone. We are in the process of moving into our new campus at the corner of Greenlawn and Washington. We took over the old McLaren campus that was there, thank you. And this will be able to bring in all of our almost all of our services under one roof, and we'll be able to better support and help the community that way. I will give you the heads up, since I'm the volunteer person, that means that there will be more volunteer opportunities available. So if you're interested, please come find me in the back. Thank you, everyone.
So I'm Dr. Coe. I'm a licensed physician in the state of Michigan, and I start with a clinic. So my clinic is on the south side of Lansing, providing care to the least in my community, very extremely busy place. So in 2022, I made a decision to expand my work. And what I meant by expanding is the people coming to the clinic, yes, they were struggling with physical health, mental health, some of them recovering from drug addiction, but they were also homeless, also struggling with food, childcare. So what I'm doing now, I am the 100 Families Initiative Coordinator. And what we are doing, we are helping families, we are serving families, and we are helping them move from crisis to stability. And the way we are doing, that's why I really need to, I would love to meet each one of you, each organization. We are doing it by, at first we have to do a need assessment. So family is in crisis, they come to see us and we do a need assessment. And once we have the need assessment done, we have an action plan. So we know exactly where the family is struggling. And our role is to connect the family with different agencies in our community up until the family is stable. Now, to do the need assessment, we have family advocate, and that's the reason why we are always looking for volunteer. And yesterday I was in a training, I was training some volunteer, and the best way I described to them, their assignment is follow me as I follow Christ. We have to have this relationship with God so that we can impart wisdom, knowledge, trust into the families that we are helping. It's really a matter of relationship. It's relationship, relationship, relationship. The only way these families are going to trust us and be willing to move to stability, we are asking them to make big changes. It's only going to happen if we have the relationship. And we have a big event coming up. You are all invited. We are officially launching in 2 weeks on April the 22nd. It's going to be at 9 a.m. at MSU FCU, the headquarters. And it's going to be great. I just want to leave you with a story. Back in August, I met this young girl. She's 31, so she's the age of my oldest one. I'm blessed with 3 children. Today is the birthday of my oldest one, who is also turning 31. So when she and I met, I knew that she was going to be my daughter. And I told her, I said, you are my child. From now on, I'm going to be your mom. Okay, so I did her need assessment. She had the worst trauma I ever heard of. I mean, stuff after stuff after stuff that happened in her life from childhood. Really bad. She was in the foster care system, then she was adopted, ended up being unadopted. I didn't even know that someone can be unadopted. And she was 15 by that time, and they told her, they asked her, you are too old to go into the foster care system. Go and find your own family. Okay, yep. So she went and found, guess what, a man. By the time she was 16, 17, she was pregnant because she was obviously being raped. Okay, then she ended up with 3 children from 3 different fathers. So she's struggling with trauma. She's a single mother. When we met, she was homeless. She's working odd jobs. So I'm just listening to her story, and I say to myself, Lord, unless you intervene, I just don't know how what's gonna, it's just, you need to really come and intervene. Long story short, God did a miracle because of each one of you agencies here. She ended up going to counseling with CFC, Child and Family Charity. So yep, she's doing counseling there. So then next, she was able to find a job, and she moved into a 2-bedroom house. All right. Seriously, she's in church, involved in her church, stable, and 2 weeks ago, she and I had lunch together. She is really doing excellent. And that's what it's all about. That's what this is all about. Helping struggling families, coming alongside of them and helping them to achieve and become who God has called them to become. Adam, thank you.
Hi, my name is Michelle Gondo, and I am the president of Essential Blessings. And what we are is an organization here in town, a nonprofit, that supplies personal care items to not only the homeless, but those in need. We do this on the 2nd Sunday of every month down at Reuter Park. The homeless and those in need come to us. And then throughout the month, we also have a street team that goes out, and we load up our wagons with personal care items and meals. And that's when we go to them. We go out on the street and feed anybody that needs to be fed. We go into encampments. We take pet food with us because if you have a pet, you know that you'll feed your pet before you eat yourself. And we found that we were giving meals and they were giving it to their pets. So we teamed up with an organization that gives us pet food so that we not only take the meals in, then we take the pet food in too, and the personal care items. We're always looking for volunteers because the more people that can go out, the more relationships we build, the more discipleship we can do, and the more time that we can spend. And that's actually the major goal. We can give out the stuff, and everybody always needs stuff, but when they hear the gospel and they hear the word, that's what saves them. So if you want to volunteer with us, we have different events coming up, and you can go to essentialblessings.net, and that's our web page, and you can get more information there. So thank you.
Hi, my name is James. I'm the founder of the Business Charity Directory. About 4 years ago, I was serving Allen Neighborhood Center as a fund developer, and what I found the issue is like, how do you find all the partners within the Lansing area and make connections with those businesses to fund our mission, which later on came out of Labor of Love, and I came up with a solution, which is the businesscharitydirectory.com, which is a list of resources within the Michigan area, over 500 businesses that provide volunteers, sponsorships, grants, donations, anything that helps your cause for the nonprofits, for the nonprofit world. Especially that, not only that, I've listed resources that may, that are tools, philanthropic tools that can enhance your nonprofit in tracking volunteers, your donations. Also, we have articles and videos that suggest nonprofit best practices. So it is free to use for the moment. Keep in mind, I'm a new nonprofit, and so I suggest to come to the businesscharitydirectory.com and take a look. Thank you.
Yes, I'm Erica from Jubilee, and I'm going to share a little bit about my personal story that kind of inspired me founding Jubilee, because I am the founder as well as the director. So I would say prior to about 2017, I made some really poor choices for myself about who I hung out with, what sort of activities I participated in, and I eventually ended up with an addiction and in a domestic violence situation. In 2017 was the year that I was like, well, I'm not doing that anymore. I don't know those people anymore. I'm sober now, and I'm going to make my life be different. 2017 was also the year that I learned that I'm really not in charge of much, and I did do my part to make my life different as far as like not using those substances and not hanging around those people, but I did eventually, kind of as a real spinning of those choices, eventually become homeless. In the course of 1 month, I lost the best job I'd ever had, and the car I was driving. And actually, I didn't lose the house, but the house that I had owned for 10 years at that point was red tagged, and that resulted in about $35,000 of repairs that I was not able to make at that point as a single mom working to overcome my personal issues. And with my 5 jobs, it just, lots of things happened, and I became homeless. So that was in 2017. In early 2018, I became a guest at the City Rescue Mission, where I found refuge, and I had a pretty positive experience there. It was the first place in a long time that I had found the support I needed. And I learned there about programming called permanent supportive housing. And the case manager was like, permanent supportive housing is great. You know, you get your housing and you get your case management, you have the support that you need, but too bad, so sad for you, there's not any available in Lansing, there's no wait lists, and there's not any coming available anytime soon. I was like, well, that's problematic and disappointing, and I'm gonna see what I can do to change that. So that year, 2018, was the summer that I started working on my organization, Jubilee. And in 2021 is when we became incorporated as a 501c3 nonprofit. And let's see, what are some highlights? Well, I would say since 2021, Jubilee has impacted over 100 households with effective support and transformative opportunities. And we're currently working with about 30 households. And the work we do is kind of intense because we do build very comprehensive relationships with our clients, so we know them well. We're understanding what are their aspirations for their life. It's very person-centered, so, what are your goals for yourself? I don't have program objectives other than to help you think critically about what are your goals for yourself. So that's kind of what Jubilee does. And so we do have a contract actually right now as a sub-grantee under a federal HUD grant to do permanent supportive housing case management. So we do have some volunteer opportunities if you'd like to learn more about those.
But I'm Kayla Nichols. I'm with the Tri-County Office on Aging. We are a consortium of Eaton, Ingham, and Clinton counties in the cities of Lansing and East Lansing. So that's where we do a lot of our work. And since 1974, which is when we started, we have worked to promote the dignity and independence of older adults and adults with disabilities in the Tri-County area. And so we provide the support through a number of different programs. Meals on Wheels is probably the one you're most familiar with. Everyone who's come up to my table has been like, oh, Meals on Wheels. So for people who can't provide their own meals or leave the home, we bring meals to them. But we do a number of different programs as well, including congregate dining sites for older adults to come and get together. We have caregiver supports. We do health and wellness workshops dealing from everything from dementia to chronic pain to diabetes. We have services in the home to help people age in place or in their community instead of going to a nursing home if it's their preference to age where they are. And then we also, you can call us for referrals and information on what kind of resources are in the community. So we want to be a one-stop shop for older adults and their caregivers to know where can I go for help. And as you can imagine, it takes a number of volunteers to manage all these programs. A lot of our volunteers are drivers delivering those meals. They're setting up our congregate dining sites, playing hosts. They're Medicaid and Medicare counselors, helping people learn how to navigate that very complicated system. So if you are interested in learning about our programs, getting caregiver resources, or learning more about volunteer opportunities, you can reach out to us at 517-887-1440 or visit us at tcoa.org.
My name is Ann Miranda, and I am the Executive Director and founder of the Be an Icon Creative Arts Network. It developed from a project that I began, which is called Creative Icons. It's a docuseries, which we just received a memo for a distribution contract, so we should be on Amazon Prime and Tubi and things fairly shortly if I can get my deliverables all out to them. Yes, so praise the Lord for that. Amen. But you can go to creativeicons.tv and put your email in and watch the first pilot episode. You can get a sneak peek. But we started showing this Creative Icons docuseries at film festivals, and the creative people and the Christian artists were coming out of the woodwork saying, yes, this is really what we need. We need people of faith that do creative art, that don't necessarily do religious art, really don't have a community. So that's why we started the nonprofit. It's a community for creatives. We want to connect creatives to their creator, if they're not already connected, and then connect them to their communities, their faith communities, their communities, and to their creative calling. So most of you are creative. Actually, you're all creative. If you ask a room full of 5-year-olds, if you're an artist, they're all going to say, and you get to about, 7 or 8, right? Like 7 or 8, and they're like, are you an artist? She's an artist, We start to compare, but we're all creative. God created us to create, so that's our message. So thank you for letting me share, and if you want to find anything more about it, I've got my cards back there, and I would love to talk to you about it. Bye-bye.